Do you think J. Cole false prophet verse can be implemented on Kanye at this stage of his career?
Y'all want to listen to it again? Y'all want to listen to it again? I haven't listened to it
Sean, ain't you
since
a
it dropped.
Kepler? You was
All right,
doing
bro.
a little shoulder shimmy, huh?
All right, bro. Wait, what is it called? I forgot that quick. What the fuck was it called? Nigga said no. Oh yeah, false prophets. That's what it's called.
I think Eminem is very influenced to people that care about rhyming a lot and to push their own to say something that's not normal to say. Like Tyler the Creator, he was very inspired by relapse. Like right now, M is more respected than years of today.
More respected as a person, probably, but artistically speaking, no. Ye is still probably one of the most respected, sought after, and admired artists, despite his controversies in the last damn near 7-8 years. It still don't matter to most people. They're gonna look at him and be like, he made Graduation, he made 808s, he made The Life of Pablo, he made my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. When you have people excusing the horrible behavior to just acknowledge your music, that speaks to your level of influence. That speaks to your level of influence. That speaks to how respected you are artistically. Eminem don't have that. Not saying that he don't got diehards, but he got, like, for the most part, stands. When I have to criticize Kanye, I can't overlook, and you can't even get into a conversation about Kanye without having to, at a baseline of the conversation, respect his artistic endeavors. You can't. You have to at least acknowledge it first before you even get to the other points of contention that you might have. You don't have to do that with Eminem unless you are a hardcore stan. Even Eminem's fans can acknowledge and be like, yo, this nigga, I don't know, he ain't been on it. And that's okay. But Eminem's impact I will never deny Eminem's impact. His impact outreaches almost every other rapper in history. That's just an objective thing. But influence-wise, there's so many other people ahead of him. Sorry. Not saying he never influenced nobody. Not saying that. But in a Kanye conversation, he's trailing very, 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 very largely. Eminem's whole discography clears Kanye. You just chatted. I don't even know why you said that. You just chatted.
Me and a friend were talking about this the other day. Who do you think has the better discography, Kanye or David Bowie?
Consistency wise, I'm trying to think of the duds in Kanye's discography. That was dead band worthy.
I think there is a lot of fake Eminem fans WHO just like him cause he white.
I think there's a lot of fake Eminem fans who just like him because he white. Yeah, but those are another group of people that don't like rap music, but they like Eminem. You know, so you're not wrong, but it takes too much work for me to like dissect the amount of people who fall into that category versus the people who happen to be hip hop fans that are also just casual Eminem fans as well. But I'd have to go back and look through because it's really more of an argument over consistency, you know, and what I would have to delete or disqualify from Kanye's discography. If I disqualified the most recent drops plus Jesus is King, and I added Kanye's producer credits as well. Let's add his producer credits. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. But I'm not going to deny, you know what I'm saying, David Bowie either. Obviously, growing up, I wasn't as big of a fan of David Bowie, but, like, you know, I'm not going to act like this is a wash, you know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely not. It's just tough. It's just such a widely different assortment of shit, bro. Like, I can't deny certain records. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. That's an interesting like comparison though. It is different genres, but I'm just saying like you can still
or MJ.
You can still like look through their discography and see like, okay, who's more consistent, who's got the better of the quality records off their most popular albums and shit like that. You can definitely compare which ones you enjoy the most. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Have his verse loaded in their pocket whenever Ye does something remotely stupid. They do. They waiting to defend him.
Let's not forget you got the Jesus is King vinyl before hearing the album. I didn't forget, gang.
What that mean? I don't even remember. I don't even know if that's true. But even if it is true, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Because the gospel album for Ye sound like it'd be a good idea at its core. When you think about it, that sounds like it makes sense. Gospel, Kanye, it goes together. It makes sense. I don't see the problem.
But what about the MMLP or Eminem Show or Slim Shady LP by Eminem? Back when M was blacker and wasn't rapping so stiff.
See, that's the problem. People look at his old work and they're like, yo, he was blacker then. No, he wasn't. Eminem was saying some shit that literally white boys only say on those older records. But it was more acceptable because he had a level of attitude and a level of not giving a fuck that white people would associate with the black space. They thought, okay, that only means that only black people can have an attitude. Only black men can be aggressive. Only black people can have this level of, I don't give a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? When it come to Eminem and he starts kind of oozing that, it was more so like white people thinking Eminem was blacker than black people thinking Eminem was black. Because black people, for the most part, outside of some of his common struggles, maybe fatherhood issues or maybe, financial problems that he might casually speak on, nobody who was black listening to Eminem was like, yo, this is this one of us? Like, nobody was like that. But white people looked at him and they was like, oh, yeah, he's one of them. Because they knew that he wasn't like them, but they just associated all of his behavior, especially the negative connotation, to black folks. And they're like, oh, yeah, he one of them. That must be where he got that from. He was on drugs. He was on drugs.
Somebody should have told me it would be like this, be like this, be like this. Somebody should have told me it would be like this.
He was always black to black. That's so cap. That's such cap. That's such cap. Why y'all get on here and lie? He grew up in a black environment and people treated him as such. But it was not like, okay, you black. Eminem never even, like, he didn't even have a slip up. That's how you know niggas treated him a different kind of way. Like, they respected him as an MC. And they like, yo, you in the culture, quote unquote. But it wasn't like one of those, hey, yo, say the N-word. It wasn't like that.
I don't know if this is a crazy opinion, but the only white rapper I've been able to listen to is Mac Miller, occasionally Logic in high school.
Why do people keep calling Logic a white rapper? I know he rap like one, but he's biracial, bro. Like, why do people keep putting him in there? LP Clears? I know y'all saying he is. Okay, cool. Like, but he's biracial. At least that's how he sounded when he was coming up. And then he got a new group of fans that was like, oh, this is a white guy. It's funny as hell. Because it's like, did you listen to the song? It's crazy. Peter Parker is black to me. That's just why. Why even say that? He's not biracial. Yes, he is. He's 75% white. That make him bisexual. Mac in a different lane. He is. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I scared myself.
Yeah, life is a balance. You lose your grip, you can slip into an abyss. No doubt, you see these niggas tripping. He go in charge of every move, he's a star. And we can't look away due to the days that he caught our hearts. He's falling apart, but we deny it. Justifying the half-ass shit he dropped, we always buy it. When he tell us he a genius, but it's clearer lately. It's been hard for him to look into the mirror lately. There was a time when this nigga was my hero, maybe. That's the reason why his fall from grace is hard to take. Cause I believed him when he said his shit was pure, ain't he? The type of nigga swear he real, but all around us fake. The women, the dick riders, you know the yes men. Nobody with the balls to say something to contest them. So he grows out of control until the person that he truly was all along is starting to show. Damn, wonder what happened. Maybe it's my fault for idolizing niggas based off the words they be rapping. When come to find out, these niggas don't even write they shit. Here's some new style bubbling up, then they bite this shit. Damn.
N-word comp of Eminem saying the N-word, look it up, Lumau, he said it with Royce.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't say it. I'm not saying Eminem didn't say it. I'm saying that niggas weren't actively egging him on to say it. Like the way that they do now when they think that a white nigga be black, they be egging him on to say it. Oh no, you got the pass, you can say blah, 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 blah. Like, it wasn't like that. Also, wait.
It's crazy because he was talking about the Life of Pablo album and Cole hasn't made a single album as good as that.
You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. I can't even contest that. You're right. I can't even contest that. You're right. That's facts. Does J. Cole have one album better than Ye? Of course. Don't do that. He does have that at least. But his words it can just be applied to the current situation. I do like that other comment where niggas was like, J. Cole predicted this. It's the funniest shit in the world. But it's upsetting that it's still relevant or it's still true. That's really the only point. Not to say that he predicted it, but it sucks that it's still true. You feel me? But KOD exists. You think KOD is better than The Life of Pablo? If I played you both of those records back to back, you would not feel that way. Forest Hills Drive is on par with The Life of Pablo. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I get it. You know, this is one of those people's best. You got to give him credit. You do. But like, nah, brother.
What's opinion on Mexicans saying the N-word? My old roommate is black and had mixed feelings on it, but I've had other homies cool with it.
I would prefer, you know what I'm saying, non-black people to not say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a hard request. You feel me? I ain't had a problem with nobody honoring that request.
Not gonna lie, Peakler was when he just started growing his dreads and was hanging out with Rihanna. Forest Hills is peak as well.
I don't think so. Artistically speaking, I think it was, I think it was before that. I think J. Cole, to me, was at his peak for me before Forest Hills Drive. I think it was around when I first discovered him is when I think he was around his peak, which was around like 09, 2010, 2011 era. Between 2009 2011 was when I really was fucking with J. Cole. Not to say I didn't still like him after that, but rapping wise, I felt him the most around that time. Off season, my favorite album of his? I can't say that. Bleach Asshole probably influenced Sexy Red. Okay, bro. We have this convo every 5 streams. We do. Because it ends up being a conversation where people just randomly, for whatever reason, J. Cole they just throw him into the mix. They throw him in. And for whatever reason, like he's never a person that you need to acknowledge in the situation, but he gets thrown into it no matter what. Is it bad that I don't care for J. Cole? No, that's not bad. Did I already talk about the speaker knocker situation? We did.
Did you already talk about the speaker knockers situation? I'm genuinely confused on why they chose to drop music after all these years.
Chat really love Cole? Hey, that's good. Yeah, that shit did crash the stream. Like, we were listening to it earlier, Micah, and it crashed my stream. One instrumental completely destroyed the whole stream. I'll be honest. But it's nothing wrong with liking J. Cole. He is a good artist. That's just what the nature of the situation is. Like, he's good. That's just the fact. But people put him in positions where he gets criticized because they throw him up against other niggas, and then you got to have a different conversation now. I'll be just trying to keep it fair, trying to keep it balanced. That's all. That's really it. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I'm so glad. Oh my God. Never mind. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. He is the best rapper right now. See, you're trying to instigate me into saying something bad about J. Cole, and I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm not gonna be egged on. I'm not gonna be manipulated into, you know what I'm saying, debating J. Cole's skill set, because I think he's good. I think at the very least he's good. I put him around Big Sean level. Is Jay currently better than Cole? Oh no. Nigga said take it back. Why do I gotta take it back? How is that wild? Actually, I think, how am I trolling? Honestly, I think maybe potentially. Nah, that's good. That's cool. That's cool. I could put J. Cole and Big Sean around the same level for real. To be fair, I could put them in decent. I could put them in similar tiers. We need to do another rapper tier list, but filled with the niggas that I know now too. The newer niggas.
Niggas can't never let Big Sean win.
That's what I'm saying. That's not disrespectful.
Is it a hot take to say J. Cole is keeping hip-hop alive? Not saying it's dying, but his verses for past 2 years have been top tier.
But he ain't dropped nothing. How is he keeping it alive?
Nail in the coffin or hit him up or ether.
Hit him up still. Big Sean's music is still more enjoyable for me. No shade to Cole. It's hard to say, man. I can't. It's so difficult to put that in there. I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just saying I feel like as far as enjoyability is concerned, they're around the same level for me. They might not be same skill level to like all of y'all, but like to me, in terms of the levels at which I enjoy their music, they're pretty decently ranked at around same tier, you know.
Bro, you just compared the J. Cole to the guy who main ad-lib was boy for 7 years running. Big Sean said plan it out. Sean, I'm begging you realign that statement.
Do you really want me to go back into some of J. Cole's worst lyrical moments? Was this not the same nigga that was folding clothes? Was this not the same nigga that had a boner in math class? Do I need to listen to and show you the intro to some of the music that was on Born Center? J. Cole got some horrible bars, bro. Even recently, there's some bars that's like, okay, that's a little questionable. It's not like horrible or nothing like that though, but he's got some bad bars. Big Sean has had way more examples of horrible bars though. He has. Big Sean's got way worse examples. The Gary Coleman bar, cool. I know you're not trying to say that like it's a bad thing. Gary Coleman bar, cool. It's fucked up though, but it's cool.
Sean, as someone who gives their thoughts on music often, how do you weigh enjoyment and objectivity? I think the trap many reviewers fall into is trying to be objective in art. How do you work with that?
Well, there are things that you could say that are objectively good or bad, like about whether or not a song is, mixed properly, or someone is horribly misusing a sample, or certain things that you can hear that are objectively good or bad depending on the artist's intentions. Narratives, you know what I'm saying? When you try to do a concept record, if you're wrong objectively about certain things, you can be objectively wrong about stuff like that. But taste is different, and it's more of a sense of like how you explain why you like what you like and how you can make sense of it, as opposed to trying to make it seem like what you like is good by definition, by fact. It's just like, no, I'm trying to explain to you why I think this is good or why I think this is bad. But it's never like somebody trying to pass it off like, oh, this is about like a fact or anything like that. Nobody, I feel like, is trying to do that. And I feel like when people try to divert into that, it's like, all right, bro, you don't want to engage with the conversation. And that's fine. Just don't engage. Just don't correspond. Don't comment. You know what I'm saying? Don't argue. You don't want to hear somebody's perspective. You want to focus on these little like you're trying to build an argument out of nothing. Basically, that Will and Jada line didn't age well. It didn't. You're right. It didn't age well. It didn't age well at all. What the fuck is this? This looks scary. Yo, is this an old man? Oh, I might want to look at that at some point. Would you agree that Cole is on the same level as Future? Absolutely. See? Why ask me that? Why? You know what my response to that is going to be. Come on, man. They trying to get you. I'm saying
Eminem's best songs now is his unreleased like 50 Ways and The Apple.
That interview ass question. That trap ass question. What you think I'm going to say to that? You know what I'm going to say to that. See what I'm saying? They be trying to get me out the way. It is what it is, though. I'm not mad at it. Why is a Kendrick Lamar song from 13 years ago popping up? Well, probably because I'm listening to an OJ Cole record. Easy to make sense of that, huh? Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, this is what I'm about to look at. Okay. Real quick, I want to look at this trailer because please be scary. That's all I got to say.
Who do you think is the best biracial rapper of all time?
That's such... Who's biracial? There's so many biracial niggas, bro. Nigga said Logic. Bro, ain't nobody else biracial except Cole and Drake? It's mad bi niggas, bro. Damn. Hey, at
when you
risk,
getting Future on stream and having him serenade you singing Codeine Crazy?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. How would I act if Future was on my stream? I don't think that'd be it. I don't think that'd be a good representation of who I am as a person.
BLU in exile.
Okay. But like, why are you trying so hard? Why can't you just be casual with it? You feel me? I wouldn't be on dick. I wouldn't even be crying. I wouldn't even know that. I would act like the nigga not even there for real. Make him feel small on some shit. That is the bitchest shit that I think has ever come out of my mouth. If nothing has ever made me sound like a woman more than what I just said, I don't know. That might be the one. That shit crazy. How did that even come to my mind so fast? That was wild as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. That was nasty work. Yeah, that was nasty. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna start giving nasty awards to myself and shit. It's cool. It's cool. What do I think of Kanye suing Yes Jules for $8 million? I don't take that serious. That ain't gonna go through. I count on Kanye forgetting that that's even a thing more than him actually enforcing it. But then again, he might. Who knows? I heard that the person that she was in contact with was some type of pedo. So, I mean, that needs to be acknowledged as well. I think he needs to be, you know what I'm saying, at least socially exiled at the very least, among other things. She broke an NDA? What'd she say? He gonna giggle around Future. Not gonna lie, you put me on the Codeine Crazy. I put you on the Codeine Crazy?
NGL, you put me onto Codeine Crazy. When I heard you cried to a Future song, I thought you were dumb, but the shit hits.
I mean, I'm glad, man. I'm glad that you were able to find it. You know what I'm saying? Through me. Never would have thought that anybody would be put on a song like that through me, though. But, hey, that's the beauty of it.
Have you watched the To Catch a Kick Predator video? Shit is insane.
I haven't, but the only reason I didn't do it